Hello, welcome. My name is Issa Martinez, and this is my Project A stand-up video. To begin, my project is a basketball player stat tracker. So far, the progress I have made includes designing this game stat struct that holds all my fields of data for each object of game stat. Things like the player's name, their opponent, the date of their matchup, and their actual stats, their points, assists, rebounds, blocks, and steals. Additionally, I built this templated dynamic array class in order to handle the storage of more than 20 GameStat objects, and it'll resize automatically if the size equals the capacity, as you can see here. So when adding new objects using this pushback function, if the size equals the capacity, it's going to call resize with double the capacity, and resize is going to declare a new array and move all the items from the old array into the new array, and then delete the old array. Uh, and then when removing objects using this remove at function, it's gonna move all the subsequent objects back one place using this for loop here. Additionally, get size and get objects just let me have easy access to the size and the object at any index. So I've also implemented reading from a file here in my read from a file function that brings in the file name and the array. So when called in main, it's going to just populate the array with all the stuff that's in the file, and it create game create objects of game stat for each one. And as you can see, when it's called here with my array stats and with the file name gamestats.txt, it should it should output the fifth object in the array. So let's try it. And as you can see, it says 2026 128 Moses Moody versus Utah. So let's check that. And as you can see, that matches right here the fifth element in in my or my fifth object right here in my file. So my main goals for the next week is to add the user interaction by allowing them to view, add, remove, search, and quit the app. And I'll be focusing on implementing a searching functionality to allow the user to look up games by player name, opponent, or date. Uh, I'm planning on using the binary search to allow the user to search by date because of year, day, or year, month, day format. And I also want to use partial string matching so that user inputs like Steph or Curry will still return all of Steph and Curry's stored games in my array. My biggest hurdle currently is just definitely time management. Even though I'm pretty confident that I can get everything I just talked about done within the next week. And lastly, I'm just gonna have to remind myself to validate inputs, handle exceptions, and test edge cases when I'm wrapping it all up, just to make sure there are no pesky edge cases, causing my program any trouble. Other than that, any feedback on how I can improve my design is much appreciated. Uh, Thank you for listening.